What's going on, everybody? So, I have a new favorite game to play on my ROG Ally and my Legion Go, and it is called Transformers Devastation. Now, regardless of how the title sounds, this game is absolutely badass. I have never played a game that is so much fun, and it's actually made by Platinum Games. Now, this is the company that's responsible for games like Vanquish, Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance, Bayonetta, and so many more epic action-adventure titles that it's kind of hard to keep track of nowadays. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this game is because it's pretty hard to find. I don't think it's available on Steam anymore. Now, you can get this game from some lucrative websites out there, but I managed to get the third-party version of this game because, well, I couldn't support it because it wasn't available anywhere. Well, at least in the platforms that I checked. But Transformers Devastation is an action-adventure game based on, of course, the Transformers characters and stories. And that's all well and good, but when you think about Transformers, you think about the Michael Bay films and how ridiculous the games were, just how gimmicky the whole thing is. But with Devastation, I gotta say, I've never had so much fun watching, playing, and just being a Transformer. And while playing Devastation, I've gotta say that I never had so much fun in the world of Transformers. And the combos you can pull off are just incredible. It kind of makes Bayonetta look boring because you can actually transform into a car mid-combat. And I just had to make a video on this and talking about this because I've been playing this for weeks and I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm absolutely addicted to playing Transformers Devastation. It's actually quite a long game as well, but you can upgrade your weapons, upgrade your combos and characters. You can have different skins for them. There's just so many secrets to find in the world of Transformers in Devastation. But not only that, this game plays absolutely perfect on the ROG Ally and Legion Go. I tried them on both, and yes, I played the game on both because I transferred all of my save data from one to the other, so I won't have to catch up. But the boss battles and the music reminds me of Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance, how whenever the boss battle ramps up, the music ramps up as well and just drives that moment to an even higher elevation and cranks up the adrenaline to 200%. And this game is the culmination of everything that Platinum Games has learned over the course of their long history. Whenever you get those intricate combos well timed, it pays off. With every boss, you can actually finish the boss in about 3 combos if you get the combos just right, or you can just suffer through the whole boss battle if you don't know what you're doing. Now, this is an action game that actually pays off very closely to God of War, the way you have to know every single type of enemy and use different strategies depending on which enemy you're fighting, and then mixing the whole thing to make an amalgamation of action, metal, and cinematic euphoria. If you are an action-adventure fan, like with the new God of War games, and even with games like Demon Souls and Dark Souls, Transformers Devastation can be a very challenging title. And at first going into this game, I took it very lightly. I thought, well, it's based on a cartoon and I'm playing as a truck that transforms into a robot. I mean, how hard could this game possibly be? Well, it doesn't play around. And if you play around during this game will drag your face through the mud. And it's not too challenging to the point it feels cheap. It feels like it has a perfect balance of everything that Platinum Games is known for. I think that in certain points of Devastation, it surpasses Bayonetta 2's action sequences, mainly because you are the weapon. While in Bayonetta 2, you kind of also are the weapon, but you also use different weapons and different equipment. And of course in Transformers Devastation you use different equipment and all of that, which is great, but the most important part is how they integrate transformations into the combos and gameplay. It's very interesting when you get a 5-hit combo on a random robot, and then that combo transfers into the air and you get some air combos. And then you start to wonder, exactly how would the transformation be implemented into this combo mid-air? Well, they actually have a stomping technique that if you transform into it, you can use the weight of the car to slam your opponent. And I feel like that's some Marvel vs. Capcom shit right there. This game is absolutely insane. I never thought I would like a Transformers game this much, but I just had to talk about it. And honestly, for the ROG Ally and the Legion Go, the performance differences are barely noticeable, and I give this game a compatibility rating for both an S+. I haven't experienced any crashing on the game. It runs perfectly at 60 FPS, 1080p, or 1200p on the Legion Go. And the battery life for this thing is immeasurable on the Legion Go. For the ROG Ally, it lasts about an hour and 45 minutes in performance mode, but I usually play it in silent mode at 900p and it lasts around 3 hours. But yeah, if you haven't tried out Transformers Devastation yet, you should definitely give it a chance. This is one of the best action games I've ever played. It's a very simple action game, but it's also complex to give action adventure fans exactly what they've been itching for, and that is a solid and consistently fun action title. And I am as surprised as you to know that one of my favorite games this year is a Transformers game, and it released more than 5 years ago. But yeah, if you've played Transformers Devastation, let me know what you think in the comments below, and thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a good one. Later.